Every evening we are presenting new angles on this mafia-type murder mystery. We have exclusive interviews lined up, and tonight as well we have a big panel and we have a lot of time. I'd like to say to everyone first, coming back on the Newshour after a long time is Amar Singh. He's a veteran politician, very close friend of Sunanda Pushkar, and he's the man who's made that, in that interview to Aditya Raj call, talked about the IPL angle. We find that very interesting. Nina Pillai is a columnist, and she knew both Shashi and Sunanda for 3 decades. She's written an interesting column on the subject in the Mumbai Mirror today. Very worth reading. PR Krishnan, advocate of the Kerala High Court. Rahul Narvekar of the NCP is with us. Now, Rohit Kochhar, live from Delhi. Rohit, I hope you can hear me. He's chairman and managing partner of Kochhar and Company. He's a close friend of Sunanda Pushkar. Sumanth Raman on the IPL angle, very interesting. Lalitha Kumaramangalam, Nupur Sharma, Ranjana Kumari, Saba and Hartosh Singh Bal. It's a really big panel, but I can assure you we are going to spend a lot of time debating this subject. The whole country now wants to know what exactly has happened here. But I'd like to start today, before I open up for debate, just get two of our two panelists who are appearing for the first time after a long time tonight, Amar Singh and Nina Pillai, on the screen. And Amar Singh, my first question to you is, do you still stand by what you said, that Sunanda Pushkar told you when she was crying and she got emotional about 48 hours before she died, that she had taken on Shashi Tharoor's wrongdoings in the Kochi IPL scam? I saw that interview. I want you to just talk a little bit about that at the start.
See, I will be technically correct, more precise. I don't remember it was 48 hours before or it was more than that, but it was very close to her untimely death.
Right.
And it was my last meeting with her. I got a call from her, and usually she was my neighbor. Both of us live in Lodi state.
Right.
And ever since her demise, I have lost contact with Shashi. And Shashi and Sunanda both were equally warm and affectionate towards me. But definitely I was closer to Sunanda, and to me Shashi was her beloved husband.
Right. And
Sunanda has never said anything nasty or bad about Shashi.
Right.
It started with the wedding anniversary party where we all sang and we had a lot of fun and frolic. Then
now come to the IPL angle. Let's come, Mr. Amar Singh. Mr. Amar Singh, let's go straight, cut the chase, and I know that I want you to come very specific on that one point in that interview. You said that she was crying and she spoke about taking on the blame in the IPL case. Just talk to me about that.
She simply said she was very down. She was in absolute melancholy and frustration and depression. And we, after the lunch in Bukhara, I still remember like it is an incident of yesterday. A lady, some Vandana Jain from Bangalore, if I correctly remember her name, she met them for the first time. She came with an officer working in Government of India. Shashi was there and Sunil Alag was there, I was there. We completed our dinner and we went upstairs in the lounge of the Maria Sheraton.
Right.
And she started fighting. There was a big squabble between them.
Okay.
That you are seeing that girl. And that is already in public domain. And then Shashi said, I am going home, will you come with me? She said, I will come with Amar Singh ji.
Okay.
After a while, Sunil Alag also left.
Okay.
And both of us were alone for 30-40 minutes.
Okay.
She said, I have done a lot for this man. I was happy-go-lucky person. And I was working in Dubai. And about this IPL angle, I have never spoken. I am not to be blamed. I took the blame on my head. And there was no wrongdoing on my part. If at all there was something to do, God knows and Shashi knows what it was.
God knows and Shashi knows what it was.
Elaborated about the. It was not my doing, but I took the blame because of my love and affection for this man. But she did not elaborate the technical angle, the specific detail of the IPL, that what was right, what was wrong. And I never I never paid any heed to that. And around 4 in the morning, I left her in her Lodi road residence.
Sorry. One more question. Then I'm taking it forward. I've got to take it forward with Nina and the other panelists as well. One simple question. So she did tell you that she took the blame. Now you know that she was the person who was seen to be gaining 70 crores of sweat equity in the Kochi IPL team in 2010. And what did Shashi Tharoor say? Shashi Tharoor said, I knew her. They were not married then. Shashi Tharoor said, I knew her. Shashi Tharoor said, I only played some, advisory role. There was no sweat equity in Shashi Tharoor's name. The sweat equity was in Sunanda Pushkar's name, which she had to give up. So she took the blame. She took the hit. She told you that she was taking the hit on someone else's behalf. And she told you that Shashi Tharoor knew who had done the wrongdoing.
Absolutely, but I did not say anything about it because in domesticated hiccups and fight, people say all kind of things, and unless it is proven otherwise, there is some substantial proof.
Okay. I understand. I understand. But it's interesting. No, but it's interesting. Nina Pillai. Now I'll go to Nina Pillai. It's interesting, Nina Pillai, that this is not the first such statement. Whether it is Sunanda herself quoted in the Economic Times, whether it is to Nalini Singh before the sub-divisional magistrate, whether it is Shobha De on the Newshour, whether it is Amar Singh on Times Now, or whether it is another close friend, everybody says Sunanda keeps talking about the IPL angle. I'm going to talk about the IPL angle. A woman tormented was repeatedly saying, I'm going to go public with the IPL angle. I'm the one who was wronged here. Nina, how do you view these new revelations which are now coming up?
Good evening, Arnab. I must first lodge my protest on behalf of the press for Shashi Tharoor's calling all of the media obnoxious, certain channels more so than others. We are a pillar of democracy, and I think it's unfair. Point made. Now, for the IPL angle was something that disturbed her, and she had called a lot of the press the day before her death, the night before her death, right up to early morning, and that involved money. IPL means money. And if there's money, that becomes, to me, motive. If there's money, that's the motive, and if someone killed her for money, that is the motive. It's as simple as that. And we all know that the IPL is murky. We all know that Sunanda was anguished. We all know that if at all she was sick, then she was treated very badly. And the final point I want to make is that if my loved one had 13, 15, 17, the numbers vary, injury marks on them, I would demand 2 autopsies, not just one.
Absolutely.
I would be very concerned as to who did this. Who did this to my loved one? And I find it, I find the way she was just, just show dressed and made to lie down, and there are various reports, but I find all this extremely suspicious. Maybe we're playing, detectives here, but I think the police have a lot to investigate, and if it involves international ramifications, it has to involve the CBI, because the Interpol is the only agency that is connected to the CBI, and the CBI has greater access to international forensic laboratories and other facilities that are needed to pinpoint the IPL angle and various other dubious people with dodgy passports.
Should we open up to debate? Amar Singh and Nina, should we open up to debate? Let's open up to debate. Let's get everybody in.
Yes, absolutely.
We've established a few facts. Before we debate, here's one piece of evidence I want to put out. Now, I'd like to repeat once again. We are not saying who the murderer is. We don't know who the murderer is. We're not imputing, insinuating, nothing. We are saying the available evidence indicates she was eliminated in a mafia-type killing. That's what we are saying. We're not saying who did it. We're saying she was eliminated. It's interesting in the IPL angle. Sumanth Raman, interesting for you as well. But Rajiv Kochhar is also with us. He's a close friend of Sunanda Pushkar. He says he was. Rohit Kochhar. Sorry, Rohit. Everyone's talking about the IPL angle now. Did she ever tell you I'm going to reveal something in the IPL angle? Reveal the truth of the IPL scam?
She never spoke to me about any controversy relating to the IPL. However, as a close friend, She did speak to me about many other things, including sometime in 2013. I don't recall what exactly was the month, but it was 2013 calendar year. She had told me she was suffering from lupus, and she also made a statement which I didn't take seriously back then. She said she had less than 1 year to live because of her illness.
Nothing indicates that.
I thought she was exaggerating or just...
Nothing indicates that. Unless somebody... nothing indicates, there's no proof of that. There's no medical record of the fact that she had lupus or that she was dying. Unless somebody had made her believe that she was dying. You know, Nina wants to add something to that. Nina, yes. Nina, yes.
Yeah, I think if I'm told that I would be dying in a short span of time, I would perhaps want to have a tell-all interview, or perhaps if I had been threatened, threatened with a death, with death, like I will kill you, someone will kill you, you will be bumped off if you open certain compartments that are meant to stay shut. I think that in itself is worth investigating. What was the threat? Why did she believe she had a disease she didn't? And lupus, whatever any doctor may say, it is a long, prolonged, treatment-oriented disease. It's not a 1 year, 2 year, tomorrow kind of thing. Her urgency in the last 24 hours seemed a tomorrow kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I find that to be a threat of death or an imminent threat of some kind.
Yeah.
And that
just a minute,
alerts me
what's
to perhaps all the other angles of mafia.
Who's coming in? Is that Amar Singh is coming in? Is it Amar Singh or Sumanth Raman?
Can I?
One second. Amar Singh wants to say something to you. 1 second. Amar Singh, yes. What do you want to say? Amar Singh.
See, that day I also remember she told me that we have got a common friend called Manav Singh who runs private aeroplane service.
Right.
And she said he has got lovely huts somewhere made in Himachal. She gave me pamphlets of his entire holiday home, and she said, I will buy one place, and why don't you buy another place?
Okay.
It will be heavenly to stay there during vacation.
Yeah.
And one of these days, let us find time to go and visit and inspect that place.
Precisely.
So, a person who knows that she is going to die,
yeah,
she will not plan under those circumstances and distress.
Yeah.
Who is so dismayed.
Agreed.
In spite of depression, she was talking for a life.
Yeah.
And for an enjoyable life to live.
Amar Singh, no doubt in what you're saying. No doubt. There is no doubt she was not a person who could have committed suicide, ended her life, or was dying. Obviously, she was eliminated.
Manav Singh, I'm telling the name, Manav Singh.
Okay, thanks for the revelation. Now Sumanth Raman was saying something. Should we open up to debate? Is the truth? My question tonight is the truth in the IPL angle?
Arnab, can I come in? Okay, let's look at the IPL angle very quickly, Arnab.
Yes, Sumanth.
Officially, Shashi Tahroor had nothing to do legally with the Kochi IPL team. It was only, he was a facilitator who helped to put together the team. That's the official line.
Are you sure?
No, 1 minute.
Are you sure?
Yeah, officially. As far as
are you sure?
Legally.
No, are you sure?
No, 1 minute. That is what has been presented.
No, are you sure? Because 1 second. Let me show you something now. Ladies and gentlemen, see this.
1
second, see this.
No, 1 minute.
No, see this, what I have here. No, 1 second, see this. Do you have a television set next to you? Can you see it? 1 second, can you see it?
Yeah, go ahead.
You've got a television set next to you?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, then look at this document. I'm going to read something out. Nina Pillai, watch closely here.
Yes, please.
Minutes of the meeting with the bidder of Kochi franchise of the Indian Premier League held at 0000 hours midnight on 11th April 2020 at the Upper Crust Lounge ITC Royal Gardenia Hotel, Bengaluru. Not a fake document. Okay, Sumanth Raman. No, 1 second.
What does it say?
No, I'll tell you why are you getting so excited? You see, I never conjecture, Mr. Raman. I present facts, and I'm telling you, there is a Lutyens Delhi journalistic circuit and other circuit which today wants to present a defense here without knowing the facts. I'm asking questions. Now, if giving underhand deliveries is good and responsible journalism and asking straight questions is obnoxious, then I choose to be obnoxious. Here's the question. The question is, the minutes of the meeting, following members present: Lalit Modi, Akhila Kaushik, Sundar Raman, Shailendra Gaikwad, Mehul Shah, Chintan Vora, Vipul Shah, Saket Mehta, Kailash Singhal, Vivek Venugopal, Keshav PT. I'm going to read now. The chairman stated, the chairman is Lalit Modi. The chairman stated to the consortia of owners present that he had received a call from Shashi Tharoor, Union Minister of State for External Affairs, asking him not to probe into the identity of the Miss Sunanda Pushkar, one of the owners listed in the shareholders agreement.
Yes, Arnab.
No, what do you mean, yes?
What does this have to do with her demise?
Arnab,
No, nothing with the demise. No, nothing with the demise. I'm saying Kochi IPL team. No, one second. Kochi, what? No, my question is.
The background to this?
My question. Arey bhai, listen to me. What is my question?
Do you
nothing
know by the time
I am asking a question. My question is, sir, please. My question is, my question is, why would anyone?
For a South African model whom Lalit Modi said don't give a visa. Are you aware of that?
Sir, let me ask you one question. Sumanth, just one second.
They had already
Sumanth C. Raman. Sumanth C. Raman.
Shashi Tahroor owned an equity stake.
Sumanth C. Raman. Mr. Raman, calm down. Mr. Raman, calm. I'm only asking questions, right? I'm not imputing anything. I am saying here on April 9th, I know this like the back of my hand. We did the scam. Mr. Raman, you forget you're talking to the journalist who exposed the IPL scam along with this channel. We broke the IPL scam.
I agree.
And I know that you know. I know that you know that I know.
Yes.
I know that you know that I know. That on the 9th of April 2010, media reports, including on Times Now, say IPL raised questions over Kochi's shareholding pattern, asked Rendezvous to clarify its ownership structure. My question is, does
Absolutely.
the... No, 1 second. Does the minute... No, 1 minute, sir, listen to me. Sir, listen to me.
The Enforcement Directorate
sir, listen.
also carried out an inquiry and nothing came of it.
Where is the inquiry? What happened?
There was a preliminary inquiry which was done.
What inquiry are you talking about? As far as I know, on the 26th of April, BCCI served a suspension notice to Lalit Modi upon the conclusion of the IPL final. That's where it ends. Matter closed. Matter quiet. Maybe matter settled.
No, the Income Tax Enforcement Directorate did carry out an inquiry, Arnab.
Inquiry is not a search. Income tax officials visited the BCCI headquarters. It's 200 meters from my office. You think I don't know? They conducted an 8-hour operation in the IPL office and Modi's residence to inquire into the funding of IPL.
One question.
You tell me. Do you know the truth of the Kochi IPL case?
No.
Do you know the truth of the Kochi IPL case? Okay, what was the Kochi IPL scam about? The minister lost his job. I'm asking you, what was the truth of the Kochi IPL scam? Who can tell me?
Arnab, 1 minute.
Tell me the truth of the Kochi IPL scam. Who knows?
Please, 1 second. Let me tell you.
Who knows the truth of the Kochi IPL scam? Who knows the truth of the Kochi IPL scam?
Nobody knows the truth of Kochi IPL. Nobody knows the truth of Rajasthan Royals. Nobody knows the truth of Kings 11 Punjab.
No, 1 second. Don't go so quick.
Please.
Don't go so quick. Nupur Sharma is coming into the debate. My question is...
FEMA violation, Rajasthan Royals were fined 100 crores.
Don't go so quick. Don't go so quick.
Come on, Arnab.
Why are we belaboring this point?
Who knows?
What is all
No.
Can I throw the light? Who knows?
Okay, so 1 second. No, Rahul coach, Ms. Rohit Kochhar says, why are we talking about it now? I'll tell you only. Why are we talking about it now, Mr. Kochhar?
Yes.
Only because multiple people are saying Sunanda Pushkar was about to reveal something in the IPL scam. I'm not saying who's the murderer, but what we are saying is Sunanda Pushkar was telling multiple people that I'm going to reveal something in the IPL scam. I took upon myself the blame. She even told Amar Singh, he just told you. What was that truth? Do you know the truth? Does anyone know the truth?
Have been revealed.
I want to respond to that.
Okay, respond.
I want to respond to that unless you love your voice so much.
No. Listen, Mr. Kochhar, I am asking you a straight question. Now, I'll tell you, don't preface, prefix or suffix your answers with anything. Come to the point. No, if you love your voice, you can carry on. I'm not getting personal with you. Don't get personal with me. Answer the question. I'm asking you. You told me why are we raising the question. I told you why. Now you can respond. No personal remarks on the program, please. I won't take any from you. Yes, Mr. Kochhar.
The so-called IPL scam.
Why so-called?
Could have had no connection with the demise.
No, I'm not linking with the demise. But why was she saying? What was she threatening to reveal?
I think Arnab,
can I finish?
Arnab, Mr.
Arnab,
Kochhar, like all the others,
hypothetically.
Mr.
Okay.
Kochhar, like all the
Ranjana
others,
Kumari.
are
Arnab,
trying
1
to
minute.
deflect from the yes.
Arnab,
Arnab,
Ranjana
you are
Kumari.
saying
You
now
ask,
the points
that's
are
the problem with your
connecting very
channel.
well.
You ask questions,
Arnab,
but you don't allow
Mr.
the panel-
Kochhar, do others have a right to speak?
What they're saying.
No, 1 second. Mr. Kochhar, this is very convenient. This is like a Shashi Tahroor line of questioning.
Listen to us.
No, 1 second.
Because
Mr.
we are
Kochhar's
fighting for
argument is that
justice,
when
so
he
we would
speaks,
like
there's
to
no
know.
problem with
When
the
you ask
channel.
a question-
When anybody
When you
else
ask a
speaks, there's a
question,
problem
you
with the
must
channel.
Provide an opportunity to the panelists.
Mr. Kochhar, do you want to
Finish saying
listen?
what he is.
Okay, 1 second. Can I just
You ask a
deal with
question
Mr.
and then you
Kochhar
jump
first?
in.
Mr. Kochhar, first
Snatch
of all,
the mic away.
Mr. Kochhar, are you the only panelist, or will you listen to others? It's a debate show. It's not a one-way traffic, right?
No, I'm not.
So,
but
would
I
you
was
listen to
speaking-
others,
I was
or do you
speaking
want to listen
something.
to others?
I was not even midway.
No, fine, Mr.
When you
Kochhar.
snatch
Others
the
have not
mic
even
away.
spoken. It's 9:33. Can I get some others in with your permission, please? Unless you consider that obnoxious. Yes, Ranjana
Yeah, but
Kumari
next-
wants to rebut in a
but
debate show.
Next time you address a question to me,
Mr.
I must finish what I'm saying.
Mr. Kochhar, it's a debate program.
Just like the
Yes.
Lupus theory was
Yes, please.
misguide the investigation, just like Lupus was there, presented to the medical team to misguide the investigation. Same way now, because IPL revelation, whatever she was going to tell, is the center to the whole story. She said next day she's going to host a press conference. She was feeling already Shashi Tharoor, the love was lost. She was already interested in somebody else. And here is something that was there was a coverage, they were trying to cover something which she was going to expose. So there is a motive emerging for her murder. So why are these people trying to misguide everything, including Mr. Kochhar? I do not know who he is, but I think what the theory that he is trying to propose is really to again misguide the whole, because now the points are connecting very well. That, there was something that was, the whole, whatever, Shashi Tharoor, his team, whosoever is the people, were very fearful of her revelation, her press conference, that led to her murder. So I think that is something which needs to be thoroughly investigated. That there was an abatement to suicide because he lost interest. He was in somebody else, interested in somebody else. So she was very, very upset. So even if, she killed herself, if that theory these people are trying to propose, who was responsible for her taking away her own life? And now the motive is emerging. IPL is the central point of this whole thing. Her murder happened because she was going to reveal something because in the IPL, and the whole story now again I do not know why and what interest these people have who are trying to again misguide the investigation, tell the people of the country that it was something that was wrong with her and not the information that she was going to reveal. So I think all these stories needs to be really told, and we are fighting for justice.
I think it is no. Therefore, okay. Nupur wanted to come in. Open debate. Nupur wants to come in. Nupur, yes, please. And it's an open debate, please. Nupur wanted to come in earlier. Yes, Nupur.
Yes, please. Yeah, Arnab, I think there was a statement regarding the IPL that she gave days before her death. So I think if the police believes that there is something to look into, especially now that the SIT is looking into social media accounts of various people and what conversations led to what, and I think they will build up the case accordingly, what circumstances led to her death. And I don't know why I would agree with Ms. Kumari that a handful of people are trying to convince the rest of the world otherwise that no, she died because she was ill. There is a police probing team. Let them do their job and let's get to the truth of it. That's all. And
Rahul Narvekar.
Rest in peace.
Rahul Narvekar.
The other people.
Rahul Narvekar.
I would only like to remind Ms. Nupur that that's applicable both the ways. If there is an investigating agency that's investigating the matter, no one should probably emphasize on the fact that she was murdered, or she was murdered because
the
of
police
IPL
has filed a murder case.
Listen to me.
Rahul Narvekar, the police has filed a murder case.
The way,
The police has filed a murder case.
Maybe so. Have they convicted anyone? They may have registered a case. Have they convicted anyone?
Okay, one at a time.
The problem is today most of us on the channel today want to suggest a particular theory.
What theory?
And whoever who does not subscribe to that theory seems to be eye-washing or covering up the whole scandal.
I don't understand.
I don't know why are we adhering to such standards. The jurisprudence in this country is absolutely solid and clear. You cannot term someone as guilty unless he has been pronounced guilty.
I request you.
Number two, what is the agenda of today's debate? Is the agenda of today's debate to establish beyond doubt that Sunanda Pushkar was murdered? No. And number two, she was murdered because of the IPL.
One minute.
Is that the agenda?
Mr. Narvekar, a minute. No, 1 second. The agenda, there's no agenda, first of all, and nobody needs to get very...
Did you hear me say suicide or murder?
Okay, Nupur.
No, exactly. Did you hear me say suicide or murder? I said there is a police probing team, SIT, let it do its job.
I think Nupur ji has
They will investigate all angles. Don't read too much into what I said and don't put words in my mouth.
Now have the patience of hearing me out.
Please tell me if the police should not do its job. What are you trying to state? You have a problem with the SIT also now?
No, the question is this. Here's a very legit question.
The problem is, like you said, a particular theory has been...
Lalitha, Kumaramangalam,
If there's an alternate theory which some others believe in, that does not mean they're trying to...
1 second. Okay, 1 second. 1 minute. Nina also wants to come back to the debate, but Lalitha Kumaramangalam and PR Jaykrishnan haven't spoken yet. Nupur, 1 minute. Lalitha Kumaramangalam and PR Jaykrishnan have not spoken yet. A minute, please. A minute. Hartosh hasn't spoken yet. Now, Hartosh, Lalitha, first of all, Lalitha, and then I'd like to go to Hartosh. Yes, Lalitha, what are we asking here? We are asking, here is a woman who has been injured, who has been injected, who did not have any life-threatening disease, who was about to reveal something with relation to the IPL scam because of emotional distress or any other reason, who possibly has been murdered. So we are trying to look for what could be the reason behind who could murder her. This was not a case of theft. Nobody entered the hotel room and actually sort of stole from her. There was no material motive on the day of the crime. There was some other motive perhaps for eliminating her. We are saying here, we ask a question on IPL and everyone gets touchy. Why, bhai? What's the problem if we ask questions on IPL? What's the problem? Why is everybody getting insecure? We ask the question on IPL. Everyone in India today, you ask a question on IPL, everybody gets hyper touchy. I don't know why.
Relax. I think the supporters of Mr. Tharoor are getting too defensive.
Yes, Mr. Kumaramangalam.
No need to be so defensive. The fact is that Sunanda Pushkar died in very, very suspicious circumstances. Nobody seems to know how exactly she's died, but the fact that she did not die of natural causes.
Yeah, absolutely
not. Which means that she was murdered.
Yes.
And the fact also is that there were too many in fact, unanswered questions that seemed to surround her death. Her body was consigned to the flames very fast.
Immediately.
The autopsy, there were lots of lapses during
various versions.
When the police didn't get enough proof from the room where she was found. For example, the sheets were not looked at properly, and all sorts of suspicious details are emerging even 1 year later.
Yeah.
Now, for people to say that this is a media trial or that Shashi Tahroor is innocent is probably as wrong as people trying to say that he is guilty.
Absolutely.
The fact is that it was a very suspicious death, and more than one of the number of people who've been very close to her have said over and over again that she had no intentions of committing suicide. So it's either somebody has, sort of pushed her to a stage where she was forced to commit suicide, which means abetment, or that she's been murdered.
Yeah, so I don't understand.
Because Shashi Tharoor is her husband, the needle of suspicion will also fall on him.
Yeah, but
Nobody is saying he's guilty. Why are people being so defensive?
Exactly.
And since the couple lives in the public eye, I don't think you can claim that other people cannot comment on
Nobody has said that anybody is guilty. I don't know why Shashi Tahroor is getting so touchy. The fact is, here is his wife now. I want to go into this whole media angle.
Say something, Arnab.
Saba and Hartosh, I want to get you into this. And by the way, I just want to tell my friend Rahul Narvekar, and don't respond on this. The media is asking questions based on the information that is in the public domain. I think it is my damn responsibility. It is the media's responsibility to ask questions, and that is precisely what my reporters are doing. And even the Supreme Court has upheld my right to report because there have been attempts by people in the past and vested interests seeking court's intervention to restrain us from doing so. People will remember that in CBI, former CBI Director Ranjit Sinha's case, he went to court and that also was thrown out. So I have a right to ask questions, and I don't think any court in this country will stop us from asking questions. We will ask the question, and it is not my job to make people comfortable. There may be some media channels in this country whose only job is to make people feel comfortable. Maybe they feel comfortable. I think my job is to make people feel uncomfortable and then get the truth out of them. Now, Saba and Hartosh want to come in on the media angle.
No, investigation wing.
That's all right. I don't want to be in an investigation. I'm asking questions on the program. It's an honest program.
You are absolutely right.
It's an honest, and
the media has the right to ask questions. I think they should stop there.
Saba,
jump to conclusions. That's what the media shouldn't do.
Saba, please.
That's what we want, a media trial.
Saba and Hartosh, please. Don't teach me about a media trial. Raja told me a media trial. Kalmadi told me about a media trial.
Arnab,
Maran told me about a media trial. It's not a media trial.
And so what?
And so what?
Yes,
the truth
so
came out.
You know,
action was taken.
If I may, I just want to say one thing.
I don't need your permission to do my job.
Absolutely. And nor do you. I need your permission to tell you when you're wrong.
It is not. I think you forget that Shashi Tahroor himself at one point of time had said, and I quote Shashi Tahroor.
I can't hear anything.
Yes, please. Saba, go ahead, please. Saba. Yeah.
You know, first of all, Arnab, let's just get back to the basic personality of what we are talking about.
Yeah.
Media is not running around intruding into a personal life.
No.
Mr. Shashi Tharoor made his marriage very, very public.
Yeah.
He reveled in going on Twitter. He displayed his wife.
Yes.
And he loved the media. He has the highest Twitter following in India. His wife used to tweet, Shashi is doing this, Shashi is doing that by the minute. His late wife, unfortunately, he brought the media on himself. You live by the media. There are many people whose public lives is scrutinized by the media, but who keep their private lives private. Mr. Tharoor did not do so. So there is he can rightly say there is a disproportionate interest in this. And then on top of that, the glamorous lady who he brought as his wife into India lands up dead in a hotel. So there is, and now we have an autopsy. So I think Mr. Tharoor is just being too glib by saying that the media is out to anybody. And he's lived in the West. Had a high-profile couple been in the West, my God, he would have been destroyed by the paparazzi right now.
Absolutely.
Now you have all of this has happened after the second autopsy.
Hartosh.
So we are, we are talking about proportion and disproportion.
Totally. No, I'd like Hartosh to come in on that as well. You see, Hartosh, this seems to be the last resort very often of people who are facing some tough questions. But will it work or will it bounce back?
Arnab, a death has taken place in mysterious circumstances. There is no such thing as a private family life when there's a police investigation going on.
Yes.
The second thing is the media is not behaving any differently in this case than it has with any other prominent crime case in the recent past.
Yes.
I didn't hear Shashi Tharoor protest about that before this. The third point is, for people who talk about media trial, without the scrutiny from the media, this belief that the criminal system and the police operate independently of the political system is belied by every investigation we've seen. Governments change, investigating officers change, conclusions change. If the media is not scrutinizing investigations, we don't get honest investigations in this country.
Precisely, which is why I want to ask PR Krishnan why he believes the media should stay within its limits. He's an advocate from the Kerala High Court in Thiruvananthapuram, supporter of Shashi Tharoor. He says media stay within your limits. What limits are these? Who will define the limits? You will define them or Tharoor will define them?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Who is going to set those limits, Mr. Krishnan?
Yeah, because in this case, this is a particular case because a central union minister lost his wife. That's why this case has become a sensational case. And a fair investigation is going on.
Is it?
and the police is conducting the investigation.
For the last 1 year and doing nothing.
In any such case.
For the last 1 year and doing nothing.
Last 1 year the investigation is going. The investigation is going on because it is a sensational case. They need time to investigate this case.
You need time to investigate sensational cases. What logic is that?
The investigation is. Because it is a
can I say one thing?
They need time to investigate this case.
I think there's a deep sense of discomfort right now at the fact that the media following the case is putting pressure. No, 1 second.
There's nothing wrong with the media.
No, 1 second.
Asking questions.
1 second. I'm going back to Nina Pillai. Nina Pillai, please. Yes, Nina. Nina, please. Nina.
Arnab,
Not make
Nina, please. Nina.
Arnab, I think it is
And
very
also not make
important.
allegations.
Arnab, I think it's very important when the press is, when all of the media is asking so many questions. As a member of parliament, it is Shashi Tharoor's duty to come out and clarify. Not everything. You don't have to have a press conference. Give a statement. Speak. Or go to the police. Give your statement again. Clarify whatever their conjectures or their questions are, and then come and speak to the media. I don't think lambasting the media or calling the media names for doing their job is the way to go about things. Unless you have something to hide, why would you not talk to the media? Is my question to Mr. Tharoor, who happens to be a friend.
Absolutely, and just calling the media obnoxious. You see, when the media gives you a platform, it's not obnoxious. When the media asks questions, it is irresponsible.
Can I make one point?
Sumanth, before you make your point,
Arnab,
He will answer the question to the investigation.
Is it true what Lalit Modi said that Shashi Tharoor called him and asked him not to look into Sunanda's role in the Kochi franchisee?
Not to the media.
No, 1 second.
Arnab, 1 minute.
Sumanth.
I'm going to extend this. 1 minute. I'm going to extend this even further. Let us assume that Shashi Tharoor actually asked Modi not to go deeper into who Sunanda was.
Why?
By the time it
Why?
was fairly 1 minute.
Why?
No, 1 minute. I will
Why would he do
extend this
that?
argument further. Let us even hypothetically assume.
No, I don't do
that
any
Sunanda
hypothetical
would have
assumption. My question. Be
No,
clear.
1 minute.
Why did the
No, let us
controversy
even
die
complete
down
this.
after Sunanda gave up her stake in the Kochi franchisee?
Put me on mute.
No, 1 minute, Arnab. Look, we keep coming back to this saying this, she would have exposed something big about the IPL. What, at the most, worst case, what could it have been? It could have been the involvement of some politicians having invested in Kochi franchise.
That's a small matter.
Shashi Tharoor indirectly having some... Look,
that's big.
Ownership of some of India's biggest companies.
That's okay. That's okay. Nina is responding quickly, please. Nina.
No, 1 minute.
Nina is responding to you. Sumanth, 1 minute. Please keep quiet. 1 second. Let's get a response from Nina.
Arnab, I think there are too many people who want to protect brand IPL. We are not trying to harm brand IPL.
It is not
We're
about
trying
protecting
to
brand IPL,
establish
madam. No.
the reason
It's got nothing to do with the
why
brand IPL.
Sunanda was going to expose whatever her limited role was with the IPL.
Okay,
it is not the brand
Rohit
that we are
Kochhar.
attacking. And then many people
Rohit Kochhar, is that relevant? Rohit Kochhar, Rohit Kochhar, different views on this, please. Rohit Kochhar.
And I think it's very
Ownership of
important.
the IPL.
Rohit Kochhar.
Whether it
For
was a
most of the
motive
teams, nobody
to
wants
have
them.
her
There are
silent.
Rohit Kochhar is Rohit Kochhar. 1 second. Let's get another view. Rohit Kochhar,
One
please.
last point.
Rohit,
There
this
are
is to Rohit.
24 notices served for a sum of 2,000 crore against the IPL team. Please understand that.
I understand it
2,000
well.
crore,
I
there
understand
are
it very
24
well.
notices,
I
sir.
understand it very well. I know what there was a fight between Lalit Modi and Shashi Tharoor at that point of time.
Exactly.
And I know that Tharoor issued a statement denying any personal stake in Kochi, right? And there was a fight. He said, no, it's not about that. Lalit Modi wants the franchise moved out. And then I know what led to Shashi Tharoor's resignation. There were allegations of impropriety.
Even if he was
a minute,
found
please.
to be
A
an
minute,
owner,
please.
Yeah.
And then the story died.
It's got disconnected.
No, 1 second. Therefore, then the story died. Then the story. No, listen to me, please. Someone just be logical about it.
Is it
In
something
India,
you kill
most
somebody
things
over?
are dealt with by just not ending or solving the problem, but just slowly taking it out of the public domain. As long as the
It will
scam
be
is in the
managed.
public domain, being debated in the media, it's a problem. Rohit, the moment it's out, it's okay, it's been handled. Tell me, Rohit, do you believe this is an angle worth pursuing? Mr. Kochhar, do you believe this is an angle worth pursuing? the IPL angle. What really came of it? What, Mr. Kochhar, was Sunanda Pushkar's exact role?
Okay,
was there any
I'm
truth
back.
in her allegations that she was fronting for someone else and that she was
Sorry to
used?
interrupt, but this is a murder. Any angle is worth pursuing.
Okay, I'll get your angle, get your views, Ms. Kumaramangalam, after Rohit Kochhar. Yes, Rohit Kochhar.
Exactly.
You know, I was cut off for about 30 seconds.
It's okay.
So I don't know what you spoke immediately before this, but I do want to make a couple of very important comments, but only if I'm allowed to finish what I want to speak.
My specific question to you, Mr. Kochhar, was about whether you think the IPL angle is worth pursuing, given the lady who has been murdered in this case has said to several people that she was about to reveal something. She wanted to reveal something about how she was taking the brunt for others in the Kochi IPL controversy. That's my specific question. And no, Mr. Kochhar, I will not interrupt you. Please answer the specific question. The specific question.
The answer is very simple. I think it's too bizarre and far-fetched to suggest that anyone who's really concerned about what Sunanda Pushkar would have spoken would wait for 4.5 years after the IPL incident in question to murder her. I mean, I find no logic,
but in the 4.5 years,
basis.
Mr. Kochhar, just one follow-up question to you. Tell me, in the last 4.5 years, was there ever one episode, because all these comments which have been made, where Sunanda Pushkar, presumably in an emotionally distraught state, talks about revealing the truth in the IPL scam, are happening only before her death. I'd refer to you to 4 or 5. One, the comments she made to Shobha De. Second, to Amar Singh. Third, to Nalini Singh. Fourth, quoted in the Economic Times. All these comments, Mr. Kochhar, you note, are being made in a short period just before she was killed. They have not been made for 4 years. Is it possible that she was only thinking in that direction at a time when she was emotionally distraught?
Well, I think we're conjecturing.
No.
If we say that...
Okay, let's not conjecture. Let's be specific then, Mr. Kochhar. Let me rephrase the question to you. My question to you again is, since you're downplaying this, is it true or not, Mr. Kochhar, that all the statements where Sunanda has been quoted talking about revealing the truth in the IPL scam, and even been quoted by the domestic help as saying that she has said to Mr. Tharoor that you are finished and I will reveal everything before the media, are all being made in a few days leading up to her murder? That's not conjecture, it's pure timing.
This is not true.
No, but all these comments are...
It's not true.
No, Sunanda's quote in the Economic Times to Nalini Singh, Shobha De, Amar Singh, all in the few days leading up to the murder.
I know her friends and many of her acquaintances who
so these people are lying?
She made similar outbursts. Maybe... No, they're not lying.
Then?
I think your question was that all these statements were made just immediately prior to her demise.
No. My question is, all these
outbursts...
All these statements, you're saying she was constantly talking over 4 years. She told you, Mr. Kochhar? You are a friend. Did she ever tell you, I'm going to reveal something in the IPL in the IPL scam? She told you as well?
I mentioned to you that some of her friends and acquaintances, whom I would not like to name, had spoken to me about these outbursts in the past as well.
This is the important revelation, Mr. Kochhar.
Before her death.
No, Mr. Kochhar, the important revelation. Can you tell me who are these friends to whom, you are saying there are others also to whom Sunanda Pushkar spoke about revealing the truth in the IPL scam? Can you please share the details of who these people are and when Sunanda Pushkar told them that she will reveal the truth in the IPL scam?
I don't want to fuel this exercise of speculation and conjecture by taking names at this moment.
No, in a statement issued in April 2010, Sunanda Pushkar had said, and I quote, my business interests and assets are substantial, and efforts to besmirch Tharoor by presenting me as a proxy for him are personally insulting for me as a woman and a friend in the context of the Kochi franchise. Later, she tells the Economic Times she had taken upon herself the crimes of this man during IPL. It doesn't add up? You don't think the IPL angle is relevant still? Lalitha, Kumaramangalam? Is it not relevant to probe? Whether or not it is directly linked to the murder, I don't know, but it's not relevant to probe.
Murder investigation.
It's Ms. Kumaramangalam?
Absolutely.
The police,
it's relevant to probe, but look at it logically.
Suspicious death. any lead that the police gets
Arnab.
has to be followed up.
No, it's
Relevant, irrelevant is not the point here. Any lead they find has to be followed up so that they can arrive at the truth.
no, and what? No,
So one can't say that this is ridiculous or that is not ridiculous.
exactly. No,
The
no.
fact is that the police have to be allowed to do their job.
No,
and
it can be.
They must follow any lead that
Absolutely.
comes their way.
No, you see, we are only asking questions. I also know Nupur wants to come in on this. Nupur, look at it. In a statement issued in April 2020, Shashi Tahroor said.
I also want to make a point that there's nothing wrong.
In what?
There's nothing wrong in asking questions.
Yes.
By all means,
Yes.
it's the right of the media
Yes.
and the right of journalism
Yes.
to seek questions.
Yeah.
But what is not very appropriate is to cast aspersions and make
No,
allegations.
no, who's casting? You see, I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Kochhar. I'll tell you one thing. Please remember this. When Asaram wanted to intimidate the media, you know this man Asaram. Now, I'm not making any comparisons between Asaram and anyone here. I'm saying when Asaram wanted to restrain the media, hold back the media, he filed a plea in the Supreme Court to tell what? The electronic media tone down your coverage, etc. What did Chief Justice Sathasivam say? Chief Justice Sathasivam says we cannot ask the media not to report the information they get from the police or other sources. How can we stop them? How can we stop them? The Supreme Court said if they get
But then do you
information
also
from the
remember
police and
what
other
happened?
people, should we say
Do you
don't publish?
Do you also remember what happened in the case of Abhishek Manu Singhvi, where the Delhi High Court did indeed restrain the media?
So one,
Do you remember that?
No, so Mr. Shashi Tahroor wants to get an injunction into the reporting on this case, he can, and whatever the court judges, if he wants to get an injunction, he can.
I'm
but
not
then
holding
the
Shashi
matter is in the public domain. I am saying tonight.
I only responded.
No, Mr.
to your
Kochhar.
last comment.
No, Mr.
Arnab, just
Kochhar.
1 minute.
Mr. Kochhar, I have today quoted from what Justice H.L. Dattu said
Arnab.
and from what Chief Justice Sathasivam said. And I know the facts in
Arnab,
this
Mr.
case, and I am
Singhvi was
asking
not
questions,
being,
legit questions.
I mean, people are not looking into anybody's murder in Mr. Singhvi's case.
Responsible
Sunanda Pushkar
journalism
was murdered.
does not
Arnab,
cover in
one
its
second.
ambit casting aspersions.
Nobody is
making
casting
innuendos
aspersions. In fact, I'll
and
tell you
making
one thing.
allegations.
Mr. Kochhar, we are well acquainted. We are seasoned journalists. We have followed many stories and we are very well aware of both our rights and our responsibilities. In fact, Mr. Kochhar, I'd like to share with you, interestingly, a quote of Shashi Tharoor. It will be very instructive for you to listen. He says, Shashi Tharoor says in an article on the 24th of August 2012, he says, and I quote, "The media must always use its freedom to raise the awkward question." We are asking the awkward question on whether she was murdered. Shashi Tharoor says to probe the evident reality. We are probing the evident reality. To awake the dormant consciousness. We are awakening the dormant consciousness. And yes, he says, Shashi Tharoor says, before all of this, sometimes to subvert the established order. Tonight I'm saying, if we are subverting the established order by asking uncomfortable questions on IPL, we are doing not just what our right is, what the court has allowed us, but what Shashi Tharoor said the media should do. Now, my counter question will be the moment we ask questions that are uncomfortable to you, the definition of media rights changes in this country. So, therefore, I don't think, therefore, viewers are watching tonight. If the people of this country want the media to stop reporting on the biggest mafia-type murder mystery that has happened in India in a long time, I don't think many people will agree with that. Nupur wants to say something here. Nupur, and then I want to go to Saba and Hartosh on this. They are more seasoned journalists. Nupur.
If so much importance can be attached to the fact that she made some statement to some handful of people about her lupus or non-lupus disease, what is the problem in attaching some importance to what she had to say about IPL to another handful of people? So I fail to understand what are people trying to push here, and I think media has every right to raise questions. If I'm correct, media is the reason why the Jessica Lal murder case. Please allow me to complete. Whoever this is, I think media has the right to raise questions. That's the reason why the Jessica Lal murder case brought culprits to book. So I don't think anybody should be questioning their freedom of expression, especially in a case like this, because this is no longer in private domain. It is for everybody to know. It's actually an FIR registered for the offence of murder.
I'd like to get
murder.
You are suggesting that the investigation.
Police should inquire into it. But please,
you are suggesting
Arnab,
that the investigative agencies in this country.
No.
I think
Why was this
No.
ownership
I'd like to get
issue
Saba and
not-
Hartosh on
I
this.
feel the poison angle must be.
You are suggesting, the lady who spoke before me, you're suggesting that the investigating authorities in this country, as well as the courts, are incompetent.
No, one sec, Mr.
And you
Kochhar,
need the
Mr.
media.
Kochhar, Mr. Kochhar, I'll get Hartosh and Saba to respond to you.
Arnab, why-
No, one sec, Hartosh and Saba to respond to you, Mr. Kochhar.
As well as the courts.
Mr. Rohit Kochhar.
Okay.
Mr. Kochhar, I'm an advocate myself. I'm not calling anybody incompetent if that's what you're saying.
Mr. Kochhar, one
Oh,
minute.
please, Mr. Kochhar.
One sec.
I didn't say anything like that.
No, one sec. To the point raised by Mr. Kochhar. I quoted what the court said. So obviously, Mr. Kochhar, you are aware.
No, you
I have
said
great
the only
respect for the
reason why
courts.
the
One sec.
Jessica Lai
Secondly,
murder
Mr.
case
Kochhar.
was-
Just 1 second, Mr. Kochhar. 1 minute. Secondly, Mr. Kochhar.
Mr. Kochhar, please relax.
Secondly,
You're
Mr.
not the only
Kochhar, and
advocate
simple
here.
point, and Hartosh and Saba can respond to you.
Arnab, one
Please
point.
realize this, that to raise questions on why the investigation has been slow, whether the pieces have been connected well together, right? Whether the evidence has been pushed in the manner that it should, why there are two medical versions which are coming, why all the evidence has not been pushed through, why the IPL angle is not being looked at as actively as it should, etc., is, I think, a responsibility of the media. What we are doing is simply asking those questions. And I think if you noticed, Mr. Kochhar, today the Commissioner of Police of Delhi, Mr. Bassi, said, we are also looking at what the media is doing, and some of what they are doing is useful. And in fact, we are taking note of what the media coverage is in this case. And I think we are taking some of those inputs. So even the police has actually acknowledged the media reporting on this case. And you know, Mr. Kochhar, when the entire national media gets into following one story, usually it does it with some amount of acumen. Saba and Hartosh may like to respond to you though, please. Saba and Hartosh. If Saba or Hartosh, either of them, to respond to Mr. Kochhar.
You know, Arnab, Mr. Kochhar just used the word bizarre. It is bizarre to connect the IPL to something that happened 4 years ago. The most bizarre thing is that this lady ended up dead. You know, before that she was seen fighting with her husband. Now we have a report talking about poisoning. There are injury marks. Obviously, there is no choice but to investigate the IPL angle.
Yeah.
Because when there is such a mysterious death, we have to look at things like this, because IPL involves money and unaccounted for money. We all know that. So how can the police not look at the IPL angle?
But we are not the
testimonies,
we are not the
when there are accounts,
investigators.
so many people.
And neither is the media.
No, 1 second.
That's all.
Wait,
So the most bizarre thing,
The media is doing a reporting
the most
job.
bizarre thing is Sunanda Pushkar ending up dead.
Media is doing a reporting job. Media is saying where the dots don't connect and asking the questions. Police will do the investigation, hopefully. If after this also, as I said, police does not want to do the
But
investigation.
media is also commencing its program by saying, Shashi Tharoor, you're hiding, you're running away.
Well, I mean, I think it is legitimate to ask, as everybody is asking here, why are there injury marks on Sunanda's body? Why was no Alpraz found in her body? How did 2 strips find their way to their bedside? Why were mails forwarded to AIMS from Shashi Tharoor's friends offering a possible explanation for Sunanda's death? Why doesn't Shashi Tharoor suspect foul play and seems so willing to accept that his wife had died of other reasons? When a person who threatens to tell all is found dead the next day, does it not obviously point at that person being silenced? Did someone know Sunanda Pushkar was about to do a press conference at 3 o'clock? Did anyone communicate with Sunanda and all the long hours that she was sleeping? What happened to the bitter Twitter spat between Meher Tarar and Sunanda Pushkar? Was all well? Had things been sorted out? Why was broken glass found? Right, from the room that Sunanda Pushkar was found dead in, glass that has been noted as signs of struggle in the final autopsy report of AIMS. And if Mr. Kochhar, you want me to continue, I will continue. I will also ask who could have bit her on her wrist? Is it obnoxious to ask who could be possibly biting a woman in a struggle that possibly led to her death? A bite mark on her wrist of 6 into 0.5 centimeters, clearly visible under ultra UV light. Is it obnoxious to ask what could be the possible causes of 15 bruises on a normal, healthy individual who was found dead in a hotel room in the national capital? These are legit. I am shocked today. I'm shocked today that somebody says asking these questions is obnoxious. Not asking these questions is irresponsible. Hartosh.
No.
Not asking these questions would be irresponsible.
I have never suggested that asking these questions
345 pieces of broken glass.
What I mentioned is
345 pieces of broken glass which are suggestive of a scuffle.
The death of a lady like this is equally shocking.
Death of anyone, any woman killed in a situation like this.
You started your program by saying, Shashi Tharoor, where are you hiding? Where are you running away?
Because for 5 days
why aren't you answering questions?
Fine. So I still am saying he should answer questions.
These kind of innuendos.
No, this is to ask the
not
questions.
Responsible.
I asked the
journalism.
questions. I believe he should answer the questions and he should share more information with the media. That's it. Hartosh, is it wrong to ask that? Hartosh, is that also not a right of the media to ask why someone is not answering the questions? Hartosh.
Is it the right of the media to force a man who's lost his wife?
Please, Mr. Kochhar, please hear from Hartosh. He'll tell you why. He'll explain to you. Yeah.
Even before the death took place, the media was very prominently involved in this case.
Yes.
And the person who became the victim of this death had already brought the media into play. After that, at each step, if you look at the investigations, the questions that have been raised of political interference into the forensics that happened, into the kind of investigation that took place, obviously the media will step in and ask questions.
Absolutely.
If the investigation was panning out the way it should, none of these questions were in the public domain in the first place.
Absolutely. I think it's now, it's really building up. And, it's not, Nina, I'd like to...
The cost of being repetitious.
No.
By all means.
Mr. Kochhar,
probed earlier.
Mr. Kochhar, you see, I'll tell you, it is the right of anyone not to answer the questions. No, I'll tell you one thing. When Mr. Raja, when we asked Mr. Raja questions, he didn't answer. It's his right not to answer. It is my right to ask. When Tarun Tejpal, we asked questions, it's our right to ask questions. It's Tarun Tejpal's right not to answer. When we ask questions to Suresh Kalmadi, it's a right to ask questions. It's his right not to answer. We will exercise our right. Let everyone exercise their right. If they want to answer, they answer. If they don't want to answer, they don't answer. You can't force somebody to answer. Now, Nina Pillai, where do you see this going? Do you think really now the focus of this entire attention and investigation is going to be more and more on the IPL angle?
Yes, indeed, Arnab. I think that's very relevant. I had a quick point on the poison. Why is the poison so rare that there is not a forensic laboratory in India that can analyze it? Now, immediately you get a connection which is from outside India. And, I find all these dubious Dubai and all these, things happening. Mr. Amar Singh saying there was a girlfriend in the room with, Shashi, and his wife was complaining to Amar Singh about it. Sunanda was complaining. And, this Dubai angle, the IPL angle, the poison not being able to be forensically examined in India. I find all of this needs the CBI or needs an extra investigative arm other than the Delhi police.
Yes.
My respect for the Delhi police is very much there, but I think the angles of this definitely deserve an international policing agency, and I feel that the CBI is very necessary.
Well, I think this is really building up. I think we need to know more. Lalit Modi needs to tell us what happened in the Kochi case. I know many are following the Kochi angle.
Yes, indeed.
Let's follow it. Intimidation won't work. Threat won't work. Insult won't work. Calling journalists obnoxious will not work. Many have done it before, but the truth will be pursued. I assure everyone, this is going to come to a close. Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight.